Hello and welcome to News Tonight. I am Rhoda Ngonzi. Joining us on sign language, Deborah Namuyomba. Let's dig into it. NRM candidate Farida Nambi cast her vote at the Kawempe Mbogo Mosque Playground this morning, emphasizing the need for unity and collective efforts to drive development in the constituency. She was accompanied by her husband and several NRM dignitaries casting her vote in the mid-morning hours. Now, the voting exercise saw a notable turnout of NRM officials, including Director of NRM Mobilization, Rosemary Seninde, State Minister for Youth Affairs, Balambaru Gahara, and Minister for Kampala, Hajat Minsa Kabanda, who participated as observers.
The Kawempe by-elections campaign drew political figures from various parties vying for the Kawempe North MP seat. Today, voters went to the polling stations to cast their votes. The NRM flag bearer, Hajat Farida Nambi, has today cast her vote at Kawempe Mbogo Primary School, accompanied by her husband.
I am really hopeful that NRM, after 24 years of not having a member of parliament in this area, we are finally going to have a member of parliament. This is premised on the strategy or the plan we have used to mobilize. I have said that Honorable the late Sejirinya won with 44,000 votes, and we did a post-2021 election analysis that showed us that NRM members had not come out to vote. Many of them shunned the election and they cited intimidation and violence. We started with security to try and give our NRM leaders confidence. After that, we started mobilizing NRM members and non-NRM members using the strategy of door-to-door.
She highlighted the teams that have made her campaign successful.
We then went to segments. These are groups of people that do the similar kind of work. These are like prostitutes, taxi groups. These are like border-borders, the ghetto groups. Just to mention but a few, there were over like 19 categories of segments that we went and met. We've also had candidate teams, NRM secretariat teams. We are really grateful to the Prime Minister's teams. These are ministers and RDCs. Everybody has come. An NRM member, they are here. Many people, still even now, trying to mobilize people. Right today, we are doing last-minute mobilization to just make sure that our members are turning up to vote.
The director in NRM Mobilization, Rosemary Seninde, believes people have realized that lies can never help them develop following the political propaganda by the opposition.
They have had a lot of propaganda, a lot of lies from the opposition, and I think this is the time people have now understood and have appreciated that they need to work with the government in power. Now, we are remaining with just a short time to conclude this term, but it is the NRM government in power. So people have realized that if they vote for an NRM candidate, they will benefit. They will be able to probably get the services that they are expecting in the remaining time.
Seninde highlighted some of the challenges faced.
There was some kind of delay in starting the election, but now it is calm. People are voting already. And we believe by the end of the day, when the time comes, everybody will have voted. That is our hope. One of the challenges I have noted in by-elections is that the turn-up is usually not as good as one would expect, because in all the by-elections we've had, we've seen the turn-up has always been like a quarter, not even a half. But we have hope that this time round in Kawempe, the turn-up will be good because people have been well mobilized. We have tried to mobilize.
State Minister for Youth Balambaru Gahara, who turned up as an election observer, appealed to the people of Kawempe against violence.
I'm here to observe to ensure that all young people, their rights is maintained. The right of a young man or a young woman to cast a vote, as long as you are 18 and you are registered, it is your right to vote a leader you need, who will bring a change you need in Kawempe. As of now, Kawempe has no representation.
Minister of Kampala and Metropolitan Affairs Hajat Minsa Kavanda was also present to support Hajat Farida Nambi.
So I came to witness what is taking place here because I have to guard my people. But when I reached here, there's nothing. The condition is so good and everybody's just voting and nobody's even touching any other person. So I think that's wrong because the intimidation has been so much on radios. Don't go, they're going to kill you, they're going to abduct you, they're going to do what? The cars are just taking people, but there is nothing here. So I think we should tell the public that there is nothing here. The place is so calm and people are just voting as they come. So I think everybody should come and we should encourage everybody to come and vote.
Another candidate who cast his vote at Kawempe Mbogo Primary School is Muhammad Mtazindwa, also known as Sweet Cake. However, there were challenges with biometric system.
Supposed to use to check the authenticity of the thumbprint, but all the same, it had they had to first look for is it the code or whatever. So it delayed us a little bit.
The candidates vying for the Kawempe North constituency position are Farida Nambi Chigongo, Henry Kasacha Mubiru for Democratic Party, Sadat Muchibi, also known as Aganaga, running under the Forum for Democratic Change, Ismail Mositwa contesting on behalf of the People's Progressive Party, Hanifa Kaladi, an independent candidate, Moses Sereko, another independent candidate, Elias Luimbazi Nalkola for the National Unity Platform, and Luswa Luwemba running as independent, among others. Sudat Kaye.
Now, the National Unity Platform candidate in the Kawempe North by-election, Elias Nalukola, also made it to Kawempe Tula polling station at 10 a.m. to exercise his constitutional right to vote. Now, the Kawempe North parliamentary seat fell vacant after the death of MP Mohamed Sejirinya. Nalukola also addressed the media outside the polling station after casting his vote.
Already voted. I have voted in my favor, and I encourage all voters in Kawempe North to turn up and vote. Don't be intimidated by the presence of the armed men, numberless motor vehicles, but we are encouraging voters to turn up and vote. It is your right to participate in voting. We are also advising our political adversaries that we should let the will of the people reign.
Now, earlier today, the joint security forces comprising of both the police and UPDF heightened security for the Kawempe by-elections amidst widespread concerns from residents over potential violence and bloodshed ahead of the elections. Last week, the police issued a statement outlining how they would better manage the election process.
By 6 a.m., the UBC team was already on ground in Kawempe covering the by-elections. The security situation remained largely calm, with police officers strategically stationed at all polling stations to manage any disturbances. Although voter turnout appeared to be progressing steadily, it was clear that female voters were turning out in large numbers. With reports of an escalating situation at certain polling stations, the need for increased security became evident, leading to enhanced surveillance from the air and increased UPDF support for police. The police spokesperson Rusoke Chituma acknowledged the potential tensions that could arise when voters and police face off.
We need to get to the depth of what went wrong and see how best to fix it. Yes, they have talked about the actions of our officers. Actually, I would prefer we look at the actions of all actors holistically, because there are so many people who behaved in a manner that discomforted the entire process. With the objective, or the end state should be in how best we can solve these issues.
While the police statement regarding the alleged manhandling of journalists on election day seemed avoidable, some journalists were injured during the incident.
Kamera ino bajaseza esimu eyokubiri simanyi gyeri nsigazaako eno no yebadde mu press jacket ne bankubira
oza batutenga bameka
simanyi nze nzise kwetaasa bulamu ensonga ki ndi muto ye.
By 2 p.m., our teams had to leave Kawempe North due to the increasingly volatile situation. Our attempts to obtain an update from the police were unsuccessful. Komagun Rogers, reporting for UBC.
Now, journalists' associations in Uganda have announced an immediate boycott of all activities involving police and the UPDF following a series of violent attacks during the ongoing by-election in Kawempe North. So earlier today, several journalists were either beaten or arrested by UPDF soldiers while covering the by-election. At a press briefing in Kampala, Uganda Parliament Press Association President Sami Banda Mugabe stated that the decision to boycott security agency activities was made as a response to these attacks.
We shall not cover the activities of the security organs, be it Uganda Police, be it the Uganda People's Defense Forces, until further notice or until we engage the leadership of these different security organs on the safety, mark that, on the safety of journalists in this country. They committed no crime in covering this by-election, and we believe that the actions of the security personnel that have been deployed in Kawempe by-election were uncalled for.
We are demanding that all journalists whose tools have been vandalized and damaged today, be compensated. We demand that all those that went a wall, they are missing, must be released unconditionally because they are innocent. They were on a noble duty.
Other security organs must be held accountable for their actions against the journalists and must be forced to apologize.
We also want to invite the security forces, respective leaders, not to intimidate, not to harass journalists, not to approach media houses to cow them down.
And with that, we take a quick break. When we return, more details.
Tamane mo pocket, tambula body street, shoes are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission. Internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. Oro cash is gone, netaga yo karoni, nigga mukafoni, money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good. With MTN. We are what? Unstoppable.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Ganyiga star 278 then hash ujja kuba ng'oyingire mu kazannyo nga sente zino zimula wano zina wangula zino wano milioni 10.6 ebintu bino nasooka biraba ku TV nange saasooka kikiriza ninga mulaye kino kiyinza okuba nga kituufu oba yaddala si bya bufere sente zo nazifunye zo nazikoze eki naziwangudde amasanyu nina mangi ebyoto byange byembadde njagala ngenda bituukiriza.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory.
Welcome back. You are also watching News Tonight. The Speaker of Parliament, Nita Among, has urged public servants to ensure the timely declaration of their assets, income and liabilities to avoid consequences. This follows a report from the Inspector General of Government, IGG, which revealed that only 37% of leaders have submitted their declarations, marking a low turnout. This was during the submission of asset, liability and income declarations by the IGG to the Speaker of Parliament.
According to the Leadership Code Act, leaders are required to declare their assets, income and liabilities to the Inspectorate of Government every 2 years. The last declaration was in March 2023.
The exercise was officially launched by the Honourable Chief Justice of Uganda, His Lordship Owenyidolo, and it is moving very smoothly. Declarations are submitted virtually through the IG online declaration system. The system will be closed at midnight on the 31st of March 2025.
The Inspector General of Government, Bet Kamia, along with 2 deputies, Dr. Patricia Chan and Anne Muhire, submitted their declarations of assets, liabilities and incomes to the Speaker of Parliament.
Right Honourable Speaker, we appreciate your continued support in the war against corruption and also very deeply in upholding the values that define Uganda as a God-fearing country.
There are concerns, however, that only 37% of leaders have embraced this exercise. The Speaker of Parliament, Anta Among, has decried the slow response of the initiative.
The repercussions are grave. So the people outside there should exercise their constitutional obligation to do the declaration. So I want to invite all of you Just as you see the IG herself, plus the deputies doing it, and myself do, then you should also be able to do it, and do it in time.
The Speaker of Parliament emphasized that this process aims to enhance accountability and transparency to the people they serve.
And that shows that we are working for our country. There is nothing that we need to hide. There is nothing that we need to chiffon out. We should be able to give what or show what we have.
In line with the declaration exercise, Speaker Anta Among also declared her assets, income, and liabilities accordingly.
And the message, I've just received a message that I've successfully made a declaration to IGG online.
Rebecca Nantongo, Gloria Gutabenji, Parliament.
And the chairperson of Local Government Finance Commission, Isaac Isang Masumba, has urged government to facilitate the automation of local government administration using integrated revenue administration system. This follows government decision that effective 1st July 2025, all local governments should operate on only IRAs which are being implemented by the Local Government Finance Commission. This was during the submission of the annual report financial year 2023-24 by the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among.
Section 24 of the Local Government Finance Commission Act requires the Commission to submit to Parliament at least once every 12 months a report on the performance of its functions. The Local Government Finance Commission has responded with an report for financial year 2023-2024 to the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among.
This report, and we will cause this report to be tabled to the House and shall be forwarded to the committee, the sectoral committee, which will interrogate the report and have further analysis. And they will also call you so that you give all that information.
The Commission registered progress in its revenue collection strategies since financial year 2022-2023, as the report indicates that KCCA collected 104 billion out of the 395 billion shillings.
And slow reform in local revenue management. We have set ourselves a target that local governments must make available their local revenue 1 trillion by the end of next financial year. We have now moved, we are almost in half a trillion, but we would want the help or the support of the Parliament to ensure that this target is met.
The chairperson of the Local Government Finance Commission, Isaac Isanga Musumba, cites challenges that hinder the autonomy of local government.
The Commission is a statutory agency under Article 155(2). It is, however, currently being treated as a non-statutory agency, and this is wrong.
Musumba further highlighted some of the recommendations if they are to achieve the government target,
which is still dismal, only 4.7%. The effect of this is that the current arrangements of financing local governments remain unsustainable for long-term service delivery. If we could get additional financing in the development budget of the local governments, it would help us.
While receiving the report, the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, assured the Commission of Parliament's support.
As we are aware, our local governments continue to grapple with the revenue generation and management as a statutory body charged with advising the President and government on local government financing. The Local Government Finance Commission requires our support to ensure that you get that better advice that can be given to the President.
I'm Nafka Farid and Susan Nabogo.
Now, the by-election in Kawempe North earlier today kicked off with a massive voter turnout across various polling stations. Despite a few challenges, the exercise has been largely peaceful. Our teams visited several polling stations, gathering insights from voters and political leaders from both the National Unity Party and the NRM Party.
By 7 a.m., most polling stations in Kawempe North were already filled with eager voters. Many had the opportunity to witness the arrival and unloading of election materials, signaling the official start of the voting process.
What time did you come to this place to make
For us, we came here at 5:30. Yeah.
What did you witness?
Yeah, whatever's done has been done in the right time.
Political leaders from both NUP and NRM have been actively monitoring the exercise, sharing their perspectives on the process while raising concerns over various incidents.
So far the situation is not bad. The turnout is good. Everything is calm. There is no problem at all we have experienced.
Casting my vote for Council Nalukola. Yes, there was a situation when they are telling our voters that if you just done the transfer this time you will not be able to vote, but we are lucky we've solved that situation and our voters are coming back to vote. Yes, it was a slow situation, but we thank God that we've managed to vote, to cast our vote. We're just waiting for our win, our victory as the people of Kawempe. We are NUP, and NUP gave us the best candidate, that's Council Elias Nalukola. We're just waiting to celebrate our victory.
Our team visited polling stations in areas such as Chirokole, Namwandu, Nkoyoyo, Chebando, and Chiganda. The voting process remained smooth, with voters steadily arriving in large numbers. Among the key political figures present were Honorable Balam, Honorable Kabyanga, and Kawempe Mayor Emmanuel Serunjoji. While they commended the overall process, they also accused each other's camps of engaging in electoral malpractices.
So far we are trying. People are aggressive. That's the first point, and I'm happy. Apart from a few polling stations where they brought faulty machines, but actively, I'm sure it was a tactic they are trying to apply.
Elections are moving on smoothly. It is unfortunate that NUP wanted to steal, to ballot stuff. So also in the night, the whole of last night, NUP were giving soap, matchbox, condoms, all these small gifts, confusing people.
The NRM's Tanga Odoi and NUP's Election Commission team also visited various polling stations, checking on polling agents and monitoring the exercise.
Here we are sure, because in 2021 we got 42,000 votes. The first runners have got 7,000, and they are all opposition. This is the safest constituency for the opposition. We are sure of winning. Because the election is violent, yes, it is extremely violent, because in Kazangola, Honorable Kayemba Sol has been in Ustia.
Is a micro study. Microcosm means you cannot use one iota to destroy the other. If there were two violent polling stations, and we have 197 polling stations, you cannot say that election was all disruptive. I want to be very calculated in my words. What I say, we should condemn violence in its ugly form, because it does not help NRM, does not help NUP. And I want to dispel any argument of ballot ticking. As NRM, we came to the field.
However, at Chiganda Zone, tensions flared as NUP's Honorable Simbwa Fred and NRM representatives engaged in a heated exchange, accusing each other of attempting to disrupt the election. Despite these minor incidents, voting has continued smoothly, with election officials ensuring transparency in the process.
Now, Hajat Minsa Kawanda, Minister for Kampala, has urged the youth to lead lives grounded in righteousness and to avoid distractions, especially in the midst of the election season. In her speech, she stressed the importance of the youth actively engaging in government programs and initiatives, emphasizing their vital role in shaping the future of the nation. Kawanda further acknowledged that many young people, especially those who feel marginalized, often lack the necessary information and guidance on the opportunities available to them.
I've met several groups of teenagers and they have several complaints, but they are similar to each other. Be patriotic, and lastly, they should also join government programs, because government programs are for the youth, not for everybody, not for any other person. The youth have a percentage. Let them go and see the 30%, the 100 million on each parish. They should benefit from that money. According to the population, the youths are too many. So that means we have to talk to them. Some of them are so desperate, they think they're left behind. So we need to talk to them. We need to speak to them. We need to educate them as to how they should behave. They think we have not taken good care of them. That's why they go for ghetto structures, they go for what. They should behave well. Let them repent. Let them love their government. Let them love each other. Because if you love your neighbor, then you will not do anything bad.
And Bukumbiri County Member of Parliament Eddie Kwizera is driving sustainable development and community welfare by enhancing access to healthcare, markets, and boosting local trade through key infrastructure projects. Local leaders have hailed the transformative impact of the initiative, commending residents who contributed land and expressing optimism for accelerated economic growth.
Transportation, even now sick people, they are going to be able to afford good means of transport, because this road, even you couldn't carry a person. If you have a motorcycle, you go alone, then someone else find you somewhere.
Residents of Nyabushenya sub-county in Kisoro district are celebrating the completion of a 6.2-kilometer road that links several trading centers within Bukimbiri and the wider region.
Very happy and grateful for the development Kwizera Honorable Eddie Wagahungu he has brought in this village, because now he has opened a road connection from Shunga village, Rubon, and now Kigezi. And now within those 3 villages, there are 3 trading centers. So which means the sub-county itself, the income is going to improve.
The project, personally funded by Bukimbiri County Member of Parliament Eddie Kwizera Wagahungu, forms part of a broader strategy to enhance community infrastructure. The upgraded road has already improved access to healthcare services and markets, benefiting residents such as Jovia Nyirahafa Shimana and farmer Hategeka Jerome.
None mazima twaturu kwishima tubonye kakahare ngo kagende karatuyamba kajane ababyeyi bacu bari kuja mu rwari. Jewe ndi kushima nk'ubwo uyu mugabo wazanye iki cyuma. Kwizera Kahungu turu kumushima ibyo tukoreye kugira ngo tumize akakahare kugira ngo kagere hakamugemanye.
This place has been hard to reach, hard to stay, hard to work in, because the road network has been poor and even the terrain itself.
Local leaders, including LC Councillor Nigonteze Apollo, praised MP Kwizera's dedication to sustainable development and encouraged ongoing community support for long-term initiatives.
Turishimye cyane usanga MP twatoye Honorable Eddie Wagahungu kutandikira ku mihare yo yaturaganyije
Dan Semahoro, the area chairperson, and Innocent Bushimimana, a local head teacher, acknowledged the project's transformative impact.
We had no road going to the school, but together with the Honorable Education Wagahungu, we managed to have that road put in place. And currently we're also putting in place a 2-classroom block, which is almost roofed.
District Councillor Ponciano Barry Hafi also commended residents who willingly provided land for the development.
Ndashima Honorable Education Wagahungu kubw'amajambere ari kutuzanira gw'imihanda. Atukoreye umuhanda kuva Shunga village kunyura Rubona area.
The improved road network is anticipated to spur trade, enhance educational access and uplift livelihoods.
Tufite imbogoya, ibitoke, avocados, ibikaju, amakara, umwanyi, ibyo byose twabura uko tubijana.
I'm Nafka Farida and Deo Habimana.
Street issues are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission. Internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. Oro cash is gone. Netagayo kaloni. Nigga mukafoni. Money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable!
Agriculture is Uganda's economic backbone, employing about 70% of the working population and contributing 20% of the GDP. As the world becomes a digital global village, ICT has proven to increase productivity in the agricultural value chain. UKUSAF, through its Strategic Plan 3, recognizes the importance of access and usage of ICT-based tools, information and knowledge for farmers by providing them the needed skills to live, learn, work and participate in a digital society.
We came up with a project which we took to UKSAF, and we're happy that UKSAF supported it. That project is called ICT for Farmers. What did we get from ICT for Farmers? We managed to skill up to 100,000 farmers.
Now in business, China and Uganda's bilateral relations have never been better in history, according to Ambassador Zhang Lisong. The Chinese ambassador made these remarks at the Kingfisher Oil Development Area in Chikube, where he presided over the second annual Kingfisher Secondary Schools Art Competition.
Kingfisher Art Competition brought together young artists from schools in Hoima and Chikube districts to showcase their talent and creativity. From atop the cliffs, the students observed the scenery and translated their visions into striking artworks that reflected the balance between heritage and modernization, a key theme of the 2025 competition.
This theme highlights the harmony between the tradition and the progress, and remind us that while progress brings new opportunities, our traditions and culture remain invaluable.
The 30 competing students from 16 secondary schools vied for top honors, including trophies and other prizes awarded by the China National Offshore Oil Corporation, CNOOC, a joint venture partner in the oil and gas project.
Through today's joint activity, you not only have the opportunity to showcase your talents and express your visions for the future of your country, but also to deepen your understanding of the importance of environmental protection and sustainable development. And more important, you will have a better understanding of China-Uganda relationship, and hope in the future you will be the ambassador of friendship between China and Uganda.
Speaking at the event, Ambassador Zhang Lizhong, the Chinese ambassador to Uganda, emphasized the deepening economic ties between Uganda and China, noting that by the end of 2024, Chinese enterprises had invested over US $800 million in various sectors of Uganda's economy, creating tens of thousands of local jobs.
CNUOC as an example, with the vision of energy for a better future, and the goal of implementing high-quality projects, building first-class teams, and promoting China-Uganda friendship. After 12 years of energy cooperation in Uganda, CNUOC has become one of the largest Chinese investors in Uganda.
The winners of the art competition were awarded with their artworks receiving special recognition for their artistic depth and storytelling.
Though I'm the best, it does not mean others do not know art. No, it is just because I was outstanding, meaning that they also have something they know about it. So through the interactions, I've also learned something. After the competition, I moved through looking at people's pieces.
Okay, such ceremonies help and improve multiple skills, because I've witnessed the skills of one of my friends who has also managed to be the third runners-up. He has really expressed talent that time.
Beyond the competition, the Chinese ambassador led a tree planting initiative in Chikube district, symbolizing CNUOC's commitment to green development and environmental conservation. Dennis Igoa and Juman Samba for UBC in Chikube district.
In our news just coming in, Uganda Muslim Supreme Council has re-elected Sheikh Dr. Shaban Ramadan Mubajje as the Mufti of Uganda following the expiration of his previous tenure upon reaching the constitutional age limit of 70. The decision was made by the College of Sheikhs and unanimously approved by the joint session of the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Now continuing in business, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has launched the Pearl of Africa Business Forum Expo, which will focus on attracting potential investment partners to Uganda in the sectors of ICT, minerals, agriculture, tourism, and oil and gas from Malaysia. The expo was launched today.
800 million people in Malaysia, the Pearl of Africa Forum Expo presents a significant opportunity for Uganda to showcase its investment potentials in key sectors, among others, in tourism and agriculture.
When we talk about Asian countries, we're talking about a population of more than 800 million people. So part of the effort is to unlock the mindset of these countries, so that they can open up and start doing business in Uganda.
So the forum and the expo provide an opportunity for us to take advantage, to make collaborative efforts, and seek opportunities for the advancement of our nation.
Betty Bigombe, the Ugandan ambassador to Malaysia, highlighted that this is an excellent opportunity to tap into the strategies and expertise of foreign market and promote Uganda's agriculture products, which are in high demand.
Water, fish, although they are surrounded by water everywhere, the demand on fish is still very high. Fresh flowers, fresh fruits, as I mentioned earlier, timber, and dairy products, as well as tea. These produce are just spread out, are in high demand in the Asian market. By partnering with investors from Asian countries, we can enhance our value addition and agro-processing, increase productivity, and expand exports.
The Pearl of Africa Business Forum Expo will take place on April 23rd to 24th in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Cayenne Faith, Nana Nosmaya for UBC.
And to promote the adoption of the Chira electric vehicles in Uganda's transportation sector, Chira EV Motors has launched a partnership with Rotary District 9-13 as its official mobility partner. Its collaboration will facilitate the transportation of over 1,000 Rotary delegates during the centenary celebration scheduled for April.
In a landmark effort to boost the commercial use of Chira electric vehicles and enhance end-user confidence, Chira EV Motors has signed a partnership with Rotary District 9213. From April 9th to 13th, Jinja will host over 1,000 Rotary delegates, and the partnership will see Chira electric vehicles used to transport them throughout the event.
So, of course, during the conference, delegates able to experience firsthand, those who haven't, again, experience firsthand the advancements of electric vehicles in terms of technology, comfort, services across the Jinja region. During those 4 days, you'll be within Jinja.
The adoption of green transport at this upcoming Rotary conference marks a significant shift in consumer behavior.
Ours has been a lot about green, green, green. For most people, green starts and stops with trees. So this is yet going to be another example of how, the green agenda can be pursued. And I believe that after this conference, more people will be sold on to the EVs and maybe begin to order the EVs, particularly when they see the capacity here.
This partnership highlights the growing appreciation for local innovation and encourages local large-scale production. This collaboration is vital in fostering consumer trust and driving widespread adoption of Chira EV vehicles. This conference is expected to open up new sales channels.
And I believe that most of the people who come here will be excited to learn that the opportunities that exist around this plant are immense. And I think that after the conference, you'll probably have people sending expressions of interest on the kind of things that they can do. As you said, you're looking forward to a collaboration beyond the conference. I think that you will get very, very many Rotarians who are willing to work along that value chain.
And we're in Chira Motors to sign in this partnership. It's an expression of having faith, believing that this is possible. And amongst us, there are some people who have never been here.
This Rotary conference will also provide a significant economic boost to Jinja while showcasing the city's tourism potential.
This is now impactful for everyone. I mean, you just being in Jinja for the next 4 days, of course, that means there's an influx. I mean, hotels will be filled up.
Crispus Arinitwe, UBC News.
Now, Uganda's efforts aimed at becoming a top investment destination in the region and beyond is underway. Uganda Registration Services Bureau hosted the Business and Innovation Forum with diplomatic foreign missions in Uganda to forge lasting partnerships, especially in the area of commercial diplomacy. Top on the agenda of the meeting was strengthening Uganda's international partnerships and also showcase URSB's reforms geared at easing business registration and attracting investment.
Uganda Registration Services Bureau hosted the diplomatic mission in Uganda for a one-day forum meant to deepen Uganda's relations with the outside world.
For us, we will take full advantage of the fact that you came in large numbers. We are pleased to see very senior diplomats coming here. Let us work together to push the boundaries of innovation and the startup businesses, especially those of the youth and the women, to power technology and also to empower our people. Let me reaffirm Uganda's unwavering support for international collaboration in trade, commerce, and innovation. We stand ready to deepen our partnership with your governments to promote trade and ease of doing business in the country.
Uganda's Foreign Minister Henry Oriem pointed out the existing bureaucracy in company registration that had set Uganda backwards, but he's glad for the new wave of technology that is causing a positive change. Norbert Mao, the Justice and Constitutional Affairs Minister, highlighted the need to patent Uganda's valuable products to safeguard them from duplication.
And as I talk now, as of now, for the year 2024, we registered 2,747 trademarks, 100 copyrights, 11 industrial designs, 4 utility models, unfortunately only 1 patent. Now, in a sense of innovation, patent is actually more important than anything else. And a patent is something as simple as a zipper, which we use on our... Then there is what we call geographical indications, like backcloth. Backcloth is largely from Uganda here. Now, the geographical indication must be protected. Then shea butter is mainly from the north of Uganda, the shea nilotica. We need to protect that geographical indication. In Uganda, we now have Rwenzori coffee, which is protected internationally as a geographical indication. Then we have honey, like the honey from Bushenyi, the honey from West Nile. So that is what intellectual property really is about, that you need to be paid for your creativity. We are bringing the amendment to the copyright law, where every time somebody downloads a caller tune, the musician is notified and then they get a bigger percentage of the amount of money. Right now it is UCC and the telecom company. Every time your song is played on radio, it must be aggregated and you are given some payment.
For patents, I know the numbers are a bit low. Generally, we find that we have 1 or 2 or 3 patents registered in a year because of the challenges that we have had in terms of the high level of examination that is required, and that is called substantive examination for patents, the technical examination. And generally, I want to say that we are progressing. We are progressing. There's a lot of applications in the pipeline.
Mao also added that Uganda should attract foreign investment in order to control the surging debt burden. Marion Awori, Annette Sana for UBC.
And now let's take you back to Makerere at the Tallying Center for the Kawempe North Parliamentary by-election.